So as we continue through your training today, we've talked about the law and civil rights. We've talked about what our goals are in West Valley for our students and how we want our program to look. And so now I just want to play for you a couple of short videos. One is a teacher who was once an EL student, and it talks about the just remembering patience when you're working with our EL students. And then the other is focusing on the assets-based approach to your student and what they do bring to the classroom, and that knowledge base that they have, their family has, and that we can learn from all of them. And these are just really short videos, but I felt that they were important.
What about the teachers? Were there any teachers in particular that helped you in the difference?
I mean, I think that's really both sides. There are certainly teachers who just didn't really take the time to get to know people, get to know the students, and who just wasn't patient. And then there's the other side, teachers who who I admire. One of the reasons why I became a teacher today, who were just understanding and patient, who waited for me to convey my feelings. And those were the ones who really showed me that I can do this. This school thing isn't actually that bad. I can do it.
Yeah, in terms of looking at what
Sorry about that one.
Can do.
Yeah.
But that's the assets-based approach. So what are some things when you're looking at your students? Maybe you have a new student who doesn't speak a lot of English, has recently come, but what are some things that student can do?
That person can. I mean, my approach is they just can't do things. They just can't do things yet, right? And so we got to do these tiny little steps. And so we start with what they can do, even if it's the most basic of grammar, the most basic of reading. We take that and we figure out how to foster that. Whether it's
like 3,000 schools and universities, it's more popular than all.
Okay, sorry about that. When you're going back and forth between Loom and videos that you have from YouTube, sometimes we get the commercials. Okay. So I just want you guys to know I give you a lot of information today, and it's so important to remember that I'm here in our district to work with you, to work with your classroom teachers as you work with our students. And it's just important as you're working with them. Your job is so extremely important. And as you work closely with the students, be intentional in addressing the language needs of your students. Effective best practices for your English learners and students that you're working with are best teaching practices for all of our students. So it's important that you remember that what you use with our English learners can be used with any student in a classroom. And I would love to come and work with you, plan with you, give you guidance, work alongside your classroom teachers, give you some tools for scaffolding, and just anything that you may need to help address the needs of our students. And this is my contact information, Rebecca Festa. If you call, just pick up the phone from in-district 3877. If you use your cell phone, you would want to call me from 509-972-5877. I forget that if you use a cell phone that you can't, of course, it's not 3877. So there we go. And then there is my email address. You can email me. I try to get back to my emails within 24 to 48 hours, depending on if it's the weekend. I hope that you had a good time with me today, and don't feel too overwhelmed about the information that I've given you. and that you are open to emailing me or calling me if you have questions. Have an amazing Wednesday.